Assalamu alaikum. So we're going to be taking a look at Surah Al-Ikhlas. It's a very tiny surah, but a very valuable one. In fact, there are several hadith that narrate the Prophet ﷺ saying that his surah is equivalent to 1/3 of the Quran. Now, why 1/3 of the Quran? So several commentators have looked into this, and what they say is basically the Quran has three main fundamental objectives. The first one being the command and the laws, or fiqh. The second one covering different stories of past prophets and people and events for us to learn from. And the third objective being tawheed, the oneness of God and God's attributes. And so this surah covers this third objective, and it covers it in a very comprehensive, summarized way, therefore covering 1/3 of the subject matter of the Quran. So let's take a look at the first ayah.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم قل هو الله أحد.
Okay, so say He is Allah one. Now say is basically a lesson to the messenger and what he should go out and be preaching, and also a lesson to us and what we should be saying and believing in. So say He is Allah one. Now the ayah would have worked if we didn't have the pronoun He in it, right? The message would still come across, say Allah is one. But say He is Allah one. When a pronoun He is used, that means we're referring to something that has already been spoken about, right? And so at this time when this surah came down, people were questioning the Prophet and asking him, tell us who is your God, what's his lineage, describe your God to us, and so on. So this surah came down in response to that. So say He is Allah one is now in response to the questions that were asked. Okay, now Allahu Ahad. Ahad is a very important word. So the word Wahid and Ahad are both used in the Quran to describe Allah. Wahid is used 22 times in the Quran. Ahad is only used once in this ayah to describe Allah. Now what is the difference between these two words? Both of them have the same origin, which refer to something being one. Wahid means one, or first. Ahad is a little bit deeper because it means something that is unique in its oneness. So there's nothing like it, there's nothing comparable to it, there's nothing that comes close to its attributes. It's something that is a singular, unique entity. There's nothing like it. Now another interesting thing is that Ahad and Wahid, these two words in Arabic, are used differently. Wahid is used in a positive sense. Ahad is always used in a negative sense. So if we say, for example, in Arabic, ليس أحد موجودا في المسجد, this means there is no one in the masjid. So ahad used here means there's absolutely nobody, there's no one in the masjid. But if we replace this word with wahid, if we said ليس واحد موجودا في المسجد, this means there's not one in the masjid, but there could be 2, 3, 4, 5. So it's a positive sense. So ahad is negative, meaning absolutely no one, negating the fact that there's anyone there. And wahid is positive, meaning it could be 2, could be 3, could be 4. But the only time this word ahad is ever used in a positive sense is in this ayah of Allah telling us that He is unique in His oneness and He is one. So there exists one, but it's unique in its oneness. So not only is He using the word to describe that His oneness is unique, but He also used it in a very unique way, because nowhere else in Arabic is it used in this way.
الله الصمد.
Now as-samad, this word is only used once in the Quran, right here. What this word is described to mean is the one who you turn to in the time of need, but also the one who is not in need of anyone else. And it's also described as the one who you make your ultimate goal, so your eternal refuge. So yeah, that's basically it. So let's go on to the next ayah.
لم يلد ولم يولد
So he didn't give birth, nor was he given birth to. We already established that he is Allahu Ahad and Allah Samad. He's unique in his oneness, he's unique in his attributes. There's no way that someone has similar attributes to him, and therefore there is no way that someone fathered him or that he fathered someone else, because he is Ahad. He is a singular, unique entity.
ولم يكن له كفوا أحد.
So this brings us to the last ayah. Now we see the word ahad used here. And we mentioned that ahad is always used in a negative sense, which it is used here. The only exception is in describing Allah as ahad, and the only place was in the first ayah in this surah. So here we have the usual usage of the word ahad to negate something. So this is negating that there is any counterpart or any equivalent to Allah. And kufu, the word kufu in Arabic is usually used for a spouse or a partner. So basically letting us know that Allah has no spouse, no partner, no counterpart. There's nothing equivalent to him. Another important thing to mention is that the structure of this sentence is a little bit different than what we would have expected it to be. So the natural sequence of the words would have been وَلَمْ يَكُنْ كُفُوًا أَحَدٍ لَهُ. Sorry. Normal structure would be وَلَمْ يَكُنْ أَحَدٍ كُفُوًا لَهُ. So the lahu would be at the end. That's a normal sequence, meaning there is no counterpart to him. But the word to him is brought forward. So to him, there is no counterpart. Now, what is the importance of this? Bringing it forward, mentioning him first, is letting us know that he's bringing the most important forward. So when you move a word forward in Arabic, it means you're bringing something that is more important, to place more emphasis on it forward. So he is the most important thing. And also, it stresses the word him. So the stress is put on this word lahu, him. So it is he who doesn't have a counterpart. So everybody else can have counterparts, but he, specifically him, the stress put on him, he cannot have a counterpart. And that brings us to the end of the surah. Inshallah, I hope you found benefit from it. Thank you.